Welcome back once more, brave adventurers. Last time we left off, our brave heroes had uncovered the beginnings of what seems to be a mystery within the town, connected to the mysterious mask-clothed doctor and a woman in pale gown. After that, they talked with some local town guards, and once again were met with more mysteries, more whispers, more misunderstood queries that were left unanswered. And then, of course, they were called to the town square, to the gates where they would be given their duties that they would be attending to thus far. But time unfreezes, and so begins the next session of the Orphans of the FeyWild.
Woo! That's what I'm here for.
That's what we're here for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
Period accurate memes, please.
Thou art here for a reason. Sorry, anyway.
Whoa, yes, my sire. Anyways,
That was what it's here for. That is what it's all about.
Right then. So.
Oh gosh. All right, time to post this live stream around for people.
Very
I
good.
already posted it in my server.
Right then. And while he is doing that,
I guess I can add everyone in my server and annoy them.
while he is doing that, I shall run through the quick intro.
Yes.
Okay, I shall run through quickly what is going on. So, like I said last time we left off, that Sir Amadeus had dismissed his men after inspection, and you could see all the individual guards, all like clockwork, heading off into their own separate part of the town. You saw some taking up stances at different intervals out inside of the wooden wall that has been formed around the town. Whereas with others, you could see them taking places on top of the wall, along the walkway that was on top of the wall, and some even taking up archery positions in small kind of alcoves with a roof kind of over top. And you saw two very familiar faces heading you saw two familiar faces heading away from the gate and the town square, and heading through the center back to the longhouse. Sir Amadeus, once he had dismissed his men, walks over to you. He walks over to you with his great sword over his shoulder, holding it, and he kind of stops in front of you too. And
I was gonna say something mean, but I stopped myself.
He stops and kind of looks you both, giving you the same kind of skeptical glance that he had given all the rest of his men when walking through their ranks, clearly kind of examining your gear. And upon examining your gear, he kind of gives the first smile you've seen spur across his face, and he kind of shakes his head and goes, "Aye, well then, seems you two aren't exactly prepared."
Well, no offense, but we haven't exactly been told what we're being prepared for.
He's right.
Aye, true. But I did expect people of your lifestyle to at least come to what they could assume was guard duty with their weapons.
That's what my staff is for, sir.
FYI to the players, you did not mention picking up any of your gear when you left.
I did say, I'm pretty sure I did remember saying I picked up all my things. I think I remember saying that.
Okay.
We have to go back and listen. I don't remember.
Are you really going to skim through all of that just to...
Oh no! I meant later.
If
I meant
if I'm
later. Oh
if
dear.
okay, if the DM here is wrong, I will bring up text saying that they did say they picked up their gear and this was a complete waste of our time. Anyways, so let's just say you haven't got your gear at the moment, okay?
Okay.
I have a staff, but it's back at the tavern.
He gives a nod and goes, I would suspect so. Well then, maybe after I've had my word with you and told you what your duties are, you will do me the favor of going and collecting your gear, right?
Sounds good.
Right. He looks at Kalno and goes, right.
Mm-hmm.
He gives a very long sigh and goes, that'll do. He kind of steps a little bit away, kind of looking behind you two, and if you follow his glance, you can see he's looking towards. About my mic. He's looking towards all the townspeople now who have all started going about their day. You can see some of them, they're coming out, they're setting up their stalls, and they're getting all their wares ready for trade or to sell at the market and all that. Everyone's kind of finally starting to come out and set up properly. And he kind of takes a few steps away as if trying to get away from any listening in ears, and he doesn't use his hand. He keeps both his hands on his greatsword that he has over his shoulder, and he just kind of nods to the side with his head as if to say, come on, follow me.
Okay. I look at Kamali and raise my eyebrow.
She gives him a look.
A look? What do you mean by a look?
Probably raising an eyebrow as well, just kind of like,
Well, out of character, I guess we should follow. I guess we don't really have a choice.
Well, it's up to you if you
Talk
don't want
in
to.
character, in character.
Okay, well,
You always have a choice. Remember that this isn't like a video game. You have a choice.
Wang, by the way, out of this, Wang Li commented, Rose, kill the pig and raid the barn. I learned that trick from American Swedish politics.
Fair enough. Anyways.
Yes, anyways.
That's one of my friends.
Anyways, so what are you doing?
I guess follow him. We don't really have a choice.
I guess we'll follow him, and then whenever he's done showing us, I guess, around the outside of the fort, we can head back in, grab our stuff, and do whatever he wants us
as you kind of follow over, he doesn't walk far. He walks maybe only like about 5 steps away, just so you're kind of stood in the center of the kind of round, what they call the town square, but obviously it's a little bit inappropriate calling the town square because it's not in the center of the town, but either way.
It's not a square either.
Exactly. But he kind of just walks into the center, and he kind of looks around once again, kind of looking a bit like you can see he's really trying to make sure that no one's listening in, which is a bit and he kind of gives a very long sigh and goes, oh, right, now that no one else is listening, I can finally get down to why you're actually here.
Oh.
Right, listen. How do I put this? All the men here, they're good people. They're honest, for the most part. They're good-natured. They do right by their own people. But they're not like you two. They've never left this small town. They don't know what it's like out there. They don't know what it's like dealing with things that aren't the norm, you could say. So, you have been called because we need someone of your specialties, shall we say. Someone that's been out there in the great world, someone who's lived on the frontier. Someone knows how things work out there. Someone who doesn't have any ties that might hinder their judgment.
My question for you is, why tell us this now?
Why couldn't you just tell us straightforward in the beginning? Is someone listening in? Do you not trust your people?
It's not my people I don't trust, it's you I don't trust.
Then why would you have us help?
He quickly raises up a hand using his other arm to, very easily keep his large sword over his shoulder. He puts up a hand and kind of puts up his palm and says, and to correct you, young madam, I didn't call you. If I could have it my way, I would have picked more well-known figures. But sadly, well-known faces aren't exactly the most strategically wise decision in this case. We need people that no one knows, faces that people will remember but also easily forget, if you catch my meaning.
I understand that you're not the one who called us, but if you're going for people who people don't know, then how did the king know about us?
He kind of gives a small sigh and says, all I'm about to say is that the king doesn't exactly know that you are here.
So we were...
Who knows that
Calm.
we're here then?
He quickly kind of puts his hand up and head and then kind of lowers it down and goes, please keep your voices down. As far as everyone else is concerned here, you are hired help. Asked here to do extra guard duty because we don't have the men to spare. That is all anyone needs to know. Don't go blabbering your mouths about secret missions or special assignments or accordance with the king. Understood? As far as anyone's concerned, you are extra help, nothing more. He kind of gives another long sign and goes, right. I know you have a lot of questions. I would like to answer them, but now is not the time. Right now is the time for action. For the past month now, supplies have gone missing from our storage. At first it was small things, a loaf of bread here, a bottle of wine here, easily misplaced. I honestly thought it was my guards. I'm pretty sure it was my guards. But now, other things are going missing. Last night, an entire barrel of mead went missing.
A barrel?
Yes, an entire barrel, along with some bags of food and also some blankets. So clearly, whoever is taking this stuff can't live within here because, well, look around. Do you really think anyone around here has a need of a blanket? Exactly. My reckoning is it's someone on the outside. Someone we can't trust. An outsider who's sneaking in somehow and taking our very valuable supplies. The supplies that people collect themselves and is distributed, that's fine. That can be easily replenished. But that supply is our back supply. That is a supply that we will be feeding on if worse comes to worse. That is all we'll have. And I can't have someone unknowingly feeding on that, living off of it. So, what I ask is that you pretend that you are just guarding the outer rim of the wall. That is it. But what I need you to actually do is figure out how they're getting in, where they're getting in, and who's getting in. And preferably, if you can find them, come straight back to me and report it, and I will deal with them. You are only looking. Understood? I don't need any heroics. You're not heroes, you're not adventurers. You are a man and a woman under my jurisdiction, under my command. Are we clear?
Crystal.
He then looks to Kamali and kind of looks in the eyes and goes, "Are we clear?"
Yes.
Very good. Now that we're done and you know what you need to do, when you need to head outside the gate and start patrolling around the perimeter, like I said, you're looking for any signs of a passageway or someone breaking in. Anyway, I've personally looked around and I haven't seen any broken boards or anything obvious, so however they're getting in, it's obviously a much safer way than simply breaking up a part of the fence. So I would suggest starting by looking and seeing where they could be getting in. And also I suggest picking up your weapons, though I don't want you to go out doing heroics. I won't deprive you of self-defense. Also, when the day's done, head up to the longhouse, all right? I have some gifts that I've had prepared for you.
Gotcha.
Alright, well, in that case, we better head back to the tavern and get our stuff now.
Very good. He then brings his sword off his shoulder and flips around, stabs it into the ground, handle facing up, sticking in the ground, and then stands up to attention and gives a long kind of pronounced salute to you both.
I bow.
Amadeus bows in return.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna say this, but Kelnar looks at Kamali and starts walking over to the tavern.
Kamali heads back to the tavern and heads back up to their quarters to get her supplies and her staff.
Same with me.
Very good.
My I need to grab my character sheet again.
You think at this
Got
point
it.
you just have it to hand.
Yeah.
Got everything else ready, but then what's the one thing you forget? Character sheet. Diamond blast.
Put
It
on
happens.
my leather armor, grab my explorer's pack, and my quarters staff. That's all I need.
Okay.
My 2 short swords, my heavy crossbow, my 20 crossbow bolts,
I have a small dagger.
my leather armor, my explorer's pack.
My atomic bomb.
All right, slow down. I can't write that fast. Anyways, so you've collected up your gear, and as you've collected it, I imagine obviously as you're coming down the stairs, you hear Miss Millard kind of look at you heading off, and she kind of gives a whistle and goes, what both of you doing, all geared up. You're not leaving us too early now, are you, dearies?
No. We're just going out to look around the walls. That's all.
Guard duty as we were supposedly called here to do.
Ah, I see. Well then, dearies, don't work yourselves too hard, okay? And come back home safe. She gives you
You
both.
don't work too hard either.
She gives a small chuckle and then gives a wink to you both and gives a wink to you both and says, "Ta-ta, dearies."
Ma'am?
Bye bye.
Right then. So, where do you want to go?
Outside the walls. Guess
Outskirt.
that's where.
And there you go. That's the name of the episode. Da-da.
Woo!
Outside the wall. Woohoo! We said it. We can go home.
Oh, no, that's it. It's in Diego.
Run away!
So yeah. So
Back to the wilds, quickly.
as you head towards the gate, head towards the gate. You can see some of the guards out near the stables and near the guardhouse, kind of just hanging around, and you can see them all kind of as you walk out and start to walk out. You can see the guards, along with a lot of the villagers, all have laid eyes on you because due to how do I put this? Due to obviously the fact that you came rather late in the evening when you arrived, a lot of the people weren't out. So this is actually the first time a lot of people are actually noticing you and seeing you. And you can see, and Kamali, you definitely noticed that a lot more eyes are on Kelnar, but the eyes that are on Kamali all seem to have this odd look. They look at you, recognizing your person, but you can tell in their eyes they feel something's off about you.
Kamali.
As you
Careful.
as you start to head towards the main gate, the front gate, you can see Amadeus kind of stood his his sword over his shoulder, and as you walk by, he looks you both and gives you kind of a knowing nod.
I nod back at him, but continue walking.
Mm-hmm. Once you get to the gate, he quickly barks out an order to open it up, and you see them pull them opening inward, and as you then walk out, they are then shut behind you.
Hey, Kelnar?
Hmm?
Is it just me, or does it seem like a lot of people are staring more than they should be?
We're in a human village, Kamali. What do you expect?
Well, I mean, like other than that, it feels really, really weird.
I guess I've just been used to being stared at that I never really noticed, so...
I've never really been around humans in a human village. Maybe it's just me, but...
Well, based on what I remember you saying about yourself, I wouldn't expect... No. Okay, let me rephrase. I would expect humans to have some kind of reaction towards a particular fey creature like you. I don't know what you are, but I do remember you saying you are special.
Aren't we all?
Mm.
I
Well,
guess we can walk around the wall and first check it for any damage. Maybe a trap door or maybe a crack or something.
if you find anything, let's do this. We walk on the opposite direction of the wall, and after making a single pass around the entire wall, meet back here, If we find anything, we tell each other.
And if one of us magically goes missing?
We will try to look for the other.
Are you sure you don't want to, report back to Mr. Stiff first? Because you know how he gets.
If Mr. Stiff finds out that one of us is missing, I'm pretty sure that would put a pin in this operation of his. Plus, as much as he said no quote unquote heroics, I'm not leaving the outskirts of the wall without both of us coming back in.
You're a good man, Kelmar. Alright. I guess I'll head. Which way is the left side? Is that east?
Kamali, as you look around,
West.
you are suddenly made aware of the presence of two guards stood right behind you, who have been listening to your conversation. And guess who it is?
Hey!
It's your old friends.
Eee!
You can see.
I
you
love
can,
these two.
You can you can see them both with their shields down, resting against their legs, and they're both kind of leaning on their spears. One not leaning on the spear on his right, one leaning on the spear on his left. They are, and yeah,
Can
and
we help you?
one of them speaks.
Hey, fellas.
One of them speaks. They're both just smiling at you, and one of them goes morning, and the other one goes morning.
Morning, fellas.
Good morning.
So, what we
Would
up
you like
to?
to see more identification?
Don't worry. After what we heard about what happened last night, I don't think we're gonna need any identification when it comes to you two. I hear you broke one of their jaws.
Oh, well. You should have seen them. Kinda had it coming.
I bet they did. I heard it was O'Malley's boys.
I'm not sure who they were, but I'm pretty sure that name would fit the description of those
Oh,
fine gentlemen.
oh. The one who was speaking with a lower pitched voice. He kind of looks over, and as you look between them, you kind of suddenly realize, in the haze of what happened before, you didn't fully realize, but you realize they look. Not only do their uniforms look exact and their weapons look exact, but the face that you can see, they're wearing like a helmet that kind of just, is like a big dome, like, no visor in the front. You can kind of see that they don't just look alike, they look exactly alike.
Are you two twins?
They both kind of look at each other and kind of burst out laughing, and and one of them speaks up and goes, "We were kind of wondering when you would notice."
Well, so you are.
Yeah, we are. We're twins.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Bill, and I'm Ben. Or is he Bill and I'm Ben? They both kind of give a sideways glance. And you can kind of see they've got a bit of a mischievous grin on their face.
Nice, Kelnar says under his breath. One lies and one doesn't. If you know what that is a reference to, thank you.
They both kind of give a few nods and say, yeah, we're twins, we're brothers. No, we were born and raised here, actually. It's funny how, we spent most of our lives inside the village, and now we spend all our time outside.
All your time. Do you come in at all, even during nighttime?
The other one speaks and goes, "Nope, we're not allowed to come in. We're guardsmen of the gate, and we're the only ones. Me and him take it in shifts. I stay up for an hour. He stays up for an hour.
A lot of people like coming in and out all the time.
Nah, not really, Bob. No, not really, Bill."
Well, today's your lucky day. You are not the only guards at this current point in time.
They kind, they kind of nod their head side to side and go. Oh, so you're guarding the wall, and the one with the deeper voice kind of gives you a bit of a very obvious wink, trying to be subtle, but he's like, uh-huh. Very kind of comedically obvious. If anyone else was around outside the wall, they'd very clearly see that he's giving off a wink.
Can I lean over? Okay, I lean over the Kellner and I whisper, I think I figured out why they're on gate duty. They're not very good at concealing their intentions, let's say.
I give Kamali a little smirk and then look back at the guards and give them a wink as well.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
they both kind of tap their noses, one tapping the right side and the other one tapping the left side, and they both kind of look at each other and go, and both say at the same time, and go, guarding the wall, right. And they both kind of, point at you and go, we got you, we got you, say no more, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, yep, say no more.
Oh my god.
Well then, if you need any help, don't be afraid to call. One of us will come running. The mystery will be which one comes running.
Bill or was it Bill and Ben?
Bill and Ben.
Yep, Bill and Ben.
Will it be Bill or Ben? Only time will tell. But the question is, who will be the one needing saving?
Oh.
They both
Out of character, that almost sounded like a threat.
a little bit.
It wasn't a
No,
threat.
I
It
know you
wasn't
didn't. I know you didn't mean that as a threat, but it was a bit like, who needs saving? It's like,
Bill
okay.
needs saving.
One of them speaks up and goes, well, it certainly won't be us. Me and my brother have always been by each other's sides, and we've always had each other's backs.
So did the Weasley twins until one of them died. Okay, no, sorry. Anyways,
Wow.
that was out of character, by the way.
That was dark.
That was a bit.
Jeez.
Yikes.
Rest in peace. Kojash Sayab.
Well,
Anyways.
Ben, Bill, it is a pleasure to finally officially make your acquaintances, but we have guard duty to attend to. If we do need anything, we will holler.
Once again, he gives a very obvious one and goes, right, guard duty, right, yes. If we hear any part of the fence needs fixing, he kind of does a bunch of hand motions, trying to be subtle, but clearly not being. He's like, if anything needs fixing, just come up calling, you know.
Yes. All right. I nod at Kamali. Wait. Okay. Out of character. What should we do? Split up or like?
That's up to you. This
You
is
already suggested to split up.
This is the moment where, as the DM, I go, how do you want to do this?
I say let's do some dangerous stuff and split up, because you never know, you can cover more ground that way, but also it could end up being dangerous if one of us runs into something.
Okay. Then split up it is.
Okay.
Alright,
Alright.
Kelnar, I think I'll head, let's see, no, sorry, west.
Okay. Just letting you know, the map is flipped on your screen.
Oh,
on my
I'll
camera.
head, oh gosh, then it would be east.
Yeah,
Because if you look at the writing.
I'll just send the map again.
Okay.
I'll head that way toward the graveyard.
Okay. So that is. So you're going west, northwest, and I'm going east.
Okay.
Okay. So
Right then.
I look at Kamali. I hold out my hand and give her a smile.
She takes his hand and shakes it and says, "See you on the other side."
Hopefully soon, and if something does happen, just run back here. I look at Bill and Ben. If something does happen, make sure she gets in safe. Will you do that for me?
They give a nod. They give a nod of the head, and they both say in unison, "We'll guard her with our lives."
Thank you. And I look at Kamali, give her a smile again, and start walking east.
Very good. Let me just.
I guess if we both walk around the gate, we're gonna end up meeting
Yeah.
at the
yeah.
other
Okay.
Like I
end.
said, one side is a little further out than the other, as you can see on the map. But if you do
Yes.
walk around it, you will eventually both meet up on the other side. Like I said, there is. You can see on the map that there is. What would you call it? If I can think of what to call it. If you can see that on either side, like basically there is, even though it's branched off, that obviously there you can see from the map there is a straight road that kind of goes through, and it comes in on one side, comes out on the other side.
Yes. Okay.
All right. So you essentially looking from the front gate. Kamali is going round to the left, and Kalnar is going round to the right. I'm correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Just making sure so that no one's confused. Right. So what I would like for you both,
To roll.
well, if you want, so, well, tell me, what are you going to be doing when you're walking around the wall?
Looking around both side of the landscape and also the wall itself to check integrity.
Okay.
By the way,
Kamali
the
was gonna
wall
be doing.
is rather tall. The wall's about like, I'm trying to remember how tall it is. It's taller than any other house. It's actually almost as tall. It's actually, just about as tall as the longhouse, by the way.
Nice.
So they're
Anyways,
really high up.
Kamali was gonna walk around and check up and down the wall
Okay.
from the base to the top, and then
Okay.
every few, like, I guess, every 15 steps, she's gonna glance out towards the woods just to see if, like, there's anything out there.
Of course. Well then you both may roll.
Oh,
And
boy.
may the odds be forever in your favor.
May the odds ever be in
Is
your
this
favor.
initiative?
No, this is a investigation check.
Investigation. Okay, then I just have a 15.
Okay.
What did you get, Mr. Kilnar?
I'm getting there. A D20 and roll. I rolled a 12.
You rolled a 12.
Okay.
Right.
Do you have anything investigation, or is it just a total of 12?
Let me check.
Yeah, so usually when I ask you to roll some kind of check, I'll say it as in one of the skills, so all you have to do is go down the skill list
14.
and see. Oh, so, okay.
There's a +2 in investigation. Nice.
Very good. So you have a 14. And what did you have, my dear Kamali?
Just a total of 15. I didn't have
15.
anything for
Right,
my
okay.
investigation.
Okay. So, So, as I shall start with... This is the problem. I can't really go in alphabetical order because you both start with a K. Thank you.
It would still be Kamali because the next letter is an A.
I know, exactly. Well, there you go. So, Kamali, starting with Kamali. So Kamali, as you walk around, looking at the wooden structure, you can see a few spots that have clearly been repaired. So you can clearly see there's been something that's obviously either broken them, or either they've come down with age. You can see there's been a lot of heavy repairs made to the wall as you're walking around. And as you're walking around, and as you get to the area on the map where the graveyard is, where the graveyard on the other side would be, as you get there, you can see that that area actually is pretty untouched in terms of the wall. You know, there hasn't been any repairs, there hasn't been anything made to it. There's been no modification, no supports, anything like that.
Okay.
But you do notice that the earth around the other side of it has been, how do I say?
Disturbed.
Whereas the rest of it is very, is covered in a nice layer of grass, with obviously with the grass, like most of the grass is even regrown around where the wooden structure has been put in place. So, obviously clearly the wooden structure's been there for a while because it's had time for, the earth and the grass to regrow around it. But you can see around that graveyard that there's definitely been earth disturbed. You can't tell how it's been disturbed, but just in that area there just seems to be no grass growing and no grass growing, and a lot of grass has been kind of trampled or flattened.
Can Kamali go over to the grass and touch it, or where the soil's been disturbed and touch it?
Yeah, like I said, don't ask, do.
Okay. In that case, Kamali goes over to the spot where there's no grass growing and looks at it kind of confused and goes, huh, that's a little strange. And she just reaches down and touches where there's no grass.
Yeah, touching it, you can feel that, you can just touching it, you can feel that it's mud, and that you can see that there is you can tell that even though on the inside it is quite, on the other side of the wall it's relatively dry, you can see the mud out there is rather, I hate to use the term, but moist. It has a lot of moisture in it. Just resting your hand on it, you can see that
Damn.
it kind of sinks down a little bit, and kind of a little bit of water kind of comes up and forms over your hand. The lands around there are definitely, from an agricultural point of view, that it's not exactly the best land to grow your crops. It's a little bit, just the tiniest bit too waterlogged. Anything would probably struggle to grow. And going to Kelnar, you rolled a 14, did you say?
Yes.
Right. You see the exact same thing as Kamali. You can see that there's been multiple patches and rebuilds, and you can see where the struts on the inside that help hold up the wall against any kind of force or anything like that. You can see where it's been hastily kind of nailed and kind of secured and bolted in with very large like iron rivets. They've been very quickly and crudely kind of hammered in. You can tell a lot of it has been kind of a what you might call a slap up job. But besides that, you don't see anything. Once again, the grass around there hasn't really been disturbed. And like I say, you don't really find anything on your way round. You don't really notice anything.
Okay.
All right then. Anything else?
I
For both
guess.
of you, by the way.
Yes, I'm gonna roll to look outside away from the wall.
Okay.
And after he's done with that, can I roll to have Kamali backtrack and look at the parts of the wall that were repaired?
Go ahead. Okay, so like I said, in this case, if you want to roll, just say you want to roll for it.
Okay.
Okay.
Another 15.
15, right. So
as
Kamali once again goes around looking, she once again just sees that it's the wall's been repaired. You can see some repairs. You can just tell by how some are been very carefully and precisely, like replacements or, fixtures. Other ones have literally been a case of taking a piece of wood, putting it along like a weak point and just hammering it in with nails very quickly. You can see that some haven't even been driven in all the way. You can see some are kind of hanging out with their heads still like fully exposed, with the neck still kind of exposed where it meets the head. So you could you can kind of summarize that some of these repairs were either made in a hurry due to fear or in a hurry due to duress, shall we say. And
Okay.
as Kalnar looks up towards, looking away from the wall, as you look out, you can see the land, and you can see that you can kind of see where the town gets its name of Settlers Valley. You can see that it really is a monumental valley that is mainly untouched. You can see kind of like a little drizzle of smoke of what you assume is like maybe a farm cell or like a more kind of out there cabin that someone might be, is probably living in. You can see just the thin trail of smoke, and you can see there's a few patches of forest here and there. You can see there's a few patches of forest here and there, but you can tell from experience that these aren't natural forests. These are man-made forests that have been set up for lumber harvesting, probably set up by the village itself. But you can very quickly summarize that due to the wall, and due to what is the very clear present fear of the outside, that no one has been there. It's that these lumber tree farms are overgrown with weeds, and they're clearly not being tended to, and clearly have not been harvested in a long while.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I continue on then.
Okay. Kamali, what are you gonna do?
I am going
Mm-hmm.
to continue towards the back gate where she assumes she's going to be up with Kelnar.
Okay. As you do so, soon enough you both meet up. Kamali arriving just a little bit after Kelnar arrives at the back gate due to her kind of stopping and doing a little bit of investigating, but soon enough you both meet up around the back gate.
Hi, I'm here.
Kamali, do you have any thing weird you noticed?
Other than a weird spot near the graveyard where the grass ain't growing, other than that, not really.
A weird spot in the grass.
No, not in the grass. Like, there's literally no grass. It's just muck, like soil.
Did you notice any sort of trails, any kind of markings other than just no grass?
I mean, some parts of the wall were damaged, but they seem to be repaired in different, ways.
I would
What
say we go back over there and go look at that more.
with the
Because
nasty soil?
yes, I have nothing over here. No
Okay.
any damage or anything.
Well, follow me. I'll take you to where I seen it.
Okay, we walk over to the area where
Mm-hmm.
Kamali saw
Yeah.
that.
And yeah, when you walk over, it's clear to Kalnar's eyes that you can clearly see what she's seen. That it is a bit abrupt how it goes from just lush grass all the way up to it goes to grass all the way up to the wall, and then suddenly as soon as you get round the graveyard, it's just it looks like for 40 days and 40 nights people have been in a way like someone's been tap dancing over it, like, not in the sense that there's a shit ton of footprints, but in the sense that just no grass has been allowed to grow around there.
Okay. Didn't
This
didn't
is
Mr.
what
Smiles say that he didn't have anything to report when he looked around?
Yeah, but who's to say that he looked at everything?
That's what I mean. If that's the case, he didn't say how long ago since the last time he looked was.
That's true.
So if this is recent, is there any way how I can check to see if
Yep, you
it's
can.
recent or not?
You can.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be a.
Would that be investigation?
The thing is, are you just trying to check how long the grass has been like that, or are you trying to find tracks?
How long the grass has been like that
Okay, then
and
I
any
would.
other possible details.
Okay, so I'd say we'll make that investigation.
Okay. I will add my modifier to and roll. 14.
Got a 14.
Again.
A 14 again. Right.
I'm rolling 15s, he's rolling 14s.
Interesting. That's why I don't like digital dice. Anyways.
I will go grab mine.
No, it's just
2
digital.
seconds.
It's just in my personal experience, digital dice tend to kind of sometimes get stuck on one number.
Yeah. All right, I'll go grab
Mine
them
are
both
even
first.
digital, and they're still getting stuck on
with
15.
yours is like lucky rolls, but oftentimes with digital, in my personal opinion, I oftentimes find that that's due to sometimes the code being repetitive. That's just my opinion, though.
It's really funny because I stare at which one I want to use, and then I pick it up and roll it, and then it usually is good. I'm like, okay.
All right, should I roll again with my physical dice?
Yeah, you can roll.
Or...
You can roll again. I'll give you that grace roll. I don't mind. You can have that grace roll.
All right. Oh, I haven't opened this in a while. Oh.
What color? What color?
Bats and all
I
that
want
just
you
come
to
flying
guess.
out.
I want you to guess.
I'm gonna guess it's just some type of shade of blue, or they're white.
You're not far off with one of those colors.
Blue, I'm assuming.
I think it's blue.
And blue and
Blue and black?
Ah, okay. What color are the layers? Oh, the layers are white. Oh, the colors are blue. Oh, I see. The colors are blue and the dice are black. That's nice. That's very nice.
Oh.
and it's metal.
Oh, they're metal dice. Very
Oh,
nice.
no.
They've got some nice sharp corners.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't roll that
Yep.
on any glass tables anytime soon.
Okay. It has a little rolling pin on it.
Go on,
Nice.
so
You can see the.
yeah.
Don't chunk them.
Right. So,
I already lost one of them, so.
which one did you lose?
I don't remember what it's called.
I bet it's a
I got all
D4.
the dice here.
Okay. As long as you got your D20, that's all right. Like.
Yeah.
He's missing his D. That D10?
Oh wow.
Oh well, indeed.
D10 isn't used that often. If I'm being honest, the only
It's
times.
either he's missing either like I don't know what is he.
Unimportant at this current point.
Yeah, unimportant. Yeah. We'll figure that out later. As long as you got your D20, so you can roll for this check.
Yes.
So I'm giving you a grace roll. You may roll again. Oh. Oh.
Oh no!
Crash.
The elk became venison.
Oh, you crashed.
Yeah, I don't know.
What is going on tonight?
I don't know. And now everything's broken.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Close OBS and then open it back up again. That usually fixes it. That's what I just had to do. Because it froze everything.
Will I keep streaming though?
I don't think it will. So.
Let me see if I can refresh each browser because oh gosh, dang it!
It's still live. It's just like flashing white.
Yeah, we're live.
Yep.
I know we
So-
Can
are.
they
So-
still hear
Yes,
us?
they can.
Yes.
So sorry, everyone. So sorry.
Wait.
Discord
Oh, yeah.
decided to. Oh, ow. Ah, damn it. Ah, there we go.
There we go. Everything's back to.
In the meantime, I can
Sort
tell
of,
you about
actually.
Hannibal
There we
Lecter.
go.
No,
There we go. Are we working? Are we all good?
No, we're not talking.
Oh,
Our
we're
characters
not
aren't talking.
how
Uh-oh.
odd.
Talk, peasants, talk. Speak. Roll over. Play dead.
Isn't there meant to be a refresh feature in OBS?
That's what I'm thinking.
Because I remember there being one. I remember using it one time, but I have no idea where it is now.
Ah, here it is.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that didn't do
Once again, this is why I record the sessions. I don't stream them. Recording things like this can be fixed in recordings.
Well, I don't have the time to do editing,
Oh, well.
unfortunately.
I know.
Alright, hopefully it fixes itself.
Okay. If not, then they can at least still hear us. I don't think he'll be that much fun.
Yes.
Right then. So,
I will roll.
roll. Yes, please. Roll.
Rolling D's. Such
I
a
think I should have
loud
stuck with the
dog.
digital dice.
What did you get?
I got a
Roll
2.
Yeah.
Would you like to stick with the digital dice then?
Yes.
All right. I bet there's gonna be some people watching this are like, "Oh my god, he's such a flip flop DM. I'm hardcore. I would have made him stick with that too." Okay, dude, you run your tight ass game. Anyways, so you got a 14, right?
Yes. 14.
With your modifier attached, I'm assuming.
Yes, with my modifier.
Okay, good. So, looking at the grass, you can just about determine a very loose timeline. You can about estimate that it's been this way for like this, like the patch like this has been this way for like you can guess maybe about the length of time that items have been going missing. You can look at it and go, yeah, I reckon that's been there for about a month.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, Kamali, I would say that we should make one more pass around, and if we don't find anything else, let us go back in
Okay.
and report this to Mr. Smiles. That's just out of character. That's all I'm gonna have Kelnar call him. It's just Mr. Smiles.
Mr. Smiles. You'll
Which is funny because he has
never
smiled.
be dressed
Yes, he has.
Once, but
Once.
a smile. Who cares what they're wearing?
anyways,
On Main Street or Savile.
anyways.
Yes.
So, how are you making this round this time? Are you doing it together, or what are you doing?
Before we run off, can Kamali check the piece of dirt one more time?
Sure, if you want. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Yes. Any disturbance other than natural cause.
Okay.
And I'm gonna roll with my toxic green doo-doo dice. And this is why they're called doo-doo dice. I rolled a 6.
You can't really discern anything really, like no, about
Okay.
it. It's just you look and it's just like, yeah, it's dirt. It's dirt.
It's dirt. Hey Kelnar, there's dirt here.
Yes, Kamali. Did you forget to take your ADHD meds?
It's dirt. It's dirt.
All right.
POV,
no.
you're the DM and your players start taxing dirt and running a monopoly. Anyways, go on.
I would say we stick together this time and walk around.
That sounds good. Maybe 2 eyes on all sides at once, maybe. Or 4 eyes. Sorry. You know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, yeah, anyways.
So we start walking around, at least Kelnar.
Okay. So, are you doing it in a complete circle where you're starting at the outside, at the area where the graveyard is and going all the way around, or what are you doing?
Yes,
Okay.
we're
Mhm.
starting at the
Okay.
graveyard and going all
Okay.
the way around.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
Okay. Which way are you heading off? Are you heading off to the
I say
back
we
or to
head
the
off
front?
toward the back. Back and work ourselves around toward the front.
Yes.
Okay. Will you be
That gives us more ground to
okay?
cover.
Will you be doing any
Yeah.
searching, or what are we doing? What are we doing? What's the
Uh,
plan here?
yes,
Yes,
searching.
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
We'll be looking
You
around
are
for
free.
anything suspicious.
You're free to roll then.
Suspicious.
We're gonna be rolling D's tonight. I rolled an 18.
I rolled a 12.
Wow.
That just vividly gave me that. Okay, have you guys seen Charlie Brown where it's like, I got candy corn, I got chocolate, I got a rock.
Well then. Well then. So.
I got a rock.
As you walk around, you're not really met with much. You kind of you like I said, it kind of gets to the point where you almost aren't even looking properly now because you're just kind of like, yep, wall, dirt, grass, wall, dirt, grass. Nails, so on and so forth. It's the same old thing. When you start getting around to the front gate, um, oh, sorry, one thing I forgot to mention is the back gate. Um, you
Mm-hmm.
you you do notice that there's no guards there at the
How
back gate.
strange.
There's no guards just stood on sentry like the other one, like the front gate. But anyways, as you get round to the front gate, you see your two friends, Bill and Ben, kind of once again leant up on their spears, and as you kind of walk by, they kind of nod their heads and go, "Hello, hello."
Hello?
What about one sound like Alistair that triggered the heck out of me? Hi.
Anyways,
Crap.
they,
That distracted.
they just kind of give you a hello and don't ask anymore.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello. Okay, anyways,
I nod at the two
hi.
and
Mhm.
ask, is there any specific way we go in, or just ask if we can enter?
The they shake their heads and one of them goes, no, you just come up and say you want to go in and we'll let you in. Don't worry.
In that case,
Well,
I think we want to go in.
please.
Are you sure you don't want to complete your circuit?
Do we not?
No, you said you were going to start the graveyard and go all the way around again.
Oh. Okay, yeah, never mind. This conversation didn't happen. Confusion, say. We'll be back soon, guys.
All right, all right.
Isn't it strange how in some places it's patched in haste and other ones they've actually taken time to repair? It's almost like they were in a hurry with some of these.
I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, we walk around and complete the search.
Right. As you get back to the graveyard once again, you met with the same image, the dirt being disturbed around that part of the wall, and that part of the wall around that side of the graveyard being, well, untouched. Basically, it's actually looks like the only bit that hasn't been modified or given reinforcement. And Kamali, as you look,
Uh-oh.
uh-oh.
We just lost the elk again.
Hate Discord. I hate Discord.
I think it might be. It's probably because you're streaming at the same time, so it might be a bit.
A laggy.
Yeah, because I think it could possibly be because, well, one, you're streaming, and then also you're streaming it as your webcam. I find that usually causes me to lag out a lot.
Okay, I will put it as my. There.
A stream.
Also, don't forget to take off. There you go.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know if that will help. Like I said, I think streaming it to Discord might also cause an issue, but like I said. Anyways, so as you get round then, Kamali, you notice something.
Oh boy.
As you're kind of looking at all the disturbed dirt, like up close, like kind of standing amongst it, you couldn't really make anything out. But now, kind of stepping back and looking, you notice that you do notice that amongst all the kind of disturbed and trampled mud, you kind of realise that a lot of the feet that have been trampling the mud look, well, to put it bluntly, the same. So you can see there's footprints. Basically, you can see there's footprints, and you can see that
Can
they're very much
I
the same.
roll to investigate and see if I can tell what kind of footprints these are?
Go ahead.
Okay. I rolled a 9.
Okay.
I will do the same. If Kamali tells me, though.
Well, I thought say you don't know what she's doing.
No.
Yeah, I'm just staring at dirt.
If you
for
think
all
it's
you
what,
know.
but if it's what you think your character would do, being a tracker and all that, then you do it.
Okay, I will do that. Then.
Okay, in that case, she's like, "Hey, Kelnar, is it just me, or do these indentions right here look like some type of tracks?"
And that's where I rolled.
Roll the die. Die go.
21.
21. Oh my. So Kelnar, you get down low, and without even having to get down to the earth and kind of put your ear to the earth and kind of do all your shindig, you can see clearly these are not tracks that anyone was trying to hide. You can see that there are, due to your tracking experience, you very quickly are able to make out that these are footprints left by 3 human-sized people wearing shoes. You can tell they're boot
Okay,
shoe
I'm
imprints.
glad you didn't go, "Hey, walk around, keep walking around," then be like, "Hey, look, there's tracks," and then we follow them, and it turns out like it's our tracks.
No.
And we've just been
No.
tracking
Anyways.
ourselves.
No, I wouldn't do that. Or would I? Anyways, so yeah, you can tell that it's been left by 3. Like you'd say, like humans, and you can tell by the tracks and by how deep they are that they're men of average build. Their steps a little bit lighter than your average man, so that kind of indicates that they might be not as girthy as they're meant to be. And you notice another set of footprints. A set of footprints that are a lot smaller. And these ones are actually barefoot. And they're very similar to human footprints. You know, they've got you know 5 toes on each foot, but they're a lot smaller. And you can see that that there's layer upon layer of footprints. These are whoever's footprints these are, they've been coming back, you know, from wherever they've come from and then leaving, because you can see a very clear trail leading straight away from the wall. And
Do you see anything, Kelnar?
I explain everything to her.
Okay, fair enough. That's fair. That's fair.
Wait, you mean this one is a smaller version?
Well, either that or a child, but I don't think I've seen a human child with feet this defined, yet so small.
Hmm. I don't think we've seen a child in the village yet, have we?
No, we have not. I do remember the Mr. Smiles saying that no one has entered or left unless he made a mistake. There's only one person that we know, 2 people, who are of a species that are smaller.
Hmm.
Now, I'm not pointing fingers or putting any blame, but if I'm going to be a detective like he wanted us to be, I would say that if we have any suspect on who this thief is, it would so far be those 2, the woman at the tavern and her husband.
Yeah, but I don't think Miss Millard would steal stuff.
You'd be surprised what people can do.
Well,
I
I don't want to think about that.
Again, I'm not putting any blame. It's just a possibility.
But doesn't Miss Millard wear shoes?
I don't know. I don't think I noticed.
I didn't notice either. I was too busy, well, eating food and
Beating people up.
beating people up.
I don't know. I think we're going to have to go, and before we report anything to Captain, we talk to Miss Millard and see if we can get any details from her. But if not,
But we shouldn't be suspicious. Let's say we stopped by for a little bit before we continued with our work or something.
well, obviously, we're not going to question her about this. If she is possibly some, if she possibly
Oh,
could be a part of this.
sorry, I'm just popping up. I'm just trying to make sure I mention, because I was just going over what I said. I'm trying to make sure I mention this. I did mention that you can see there's a trail leading away
Okay.
from the thing. I didn't know if I said that, because I know I blurted it out really quickly. So sorry.
Yeah, you didn't say that, but thank you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My fault. I was just trying to get
It's
relative
okay.
information out. So yeah, there is a trail leading away. You do see that. Sorry, forgot to mention that.
Okay.
My fault. DM's fault.
I think before we do anything like that, though,
Don't
we
try
should
to
probably...
stop me this time, Smee. Don't try to stop me this time. You need to come stop me. Shmee, get off your butt. Come stop me. I'm committing.
Anyways,
sorry. I was having a mental break.
Take a drink every time I say that.
Take a drink every time Emily gets distracted.
Anyways,
I think we'd be all head over heels drunk at this point.
Everyone would be wasted, man. Everyone would be wasted.
Who says I'm not?
Who says I don't want to be?
I promise he was drinking.
Anyways, so
Yes.
onward.
I'd say before we do anything with Miss Millard, we follow this trail that leads away.
Wait, there's a trail?
Yes,
and she turns around and does she see this now that he's pointed it out?
You can roll your perception.
Oh gosh, alright. Rolling for perception. Is this passive wisdom perception?
No, just perception.
Just perception. It's +4. Oh gosh, I can't math. 15.
15. Yeah, once he points it out, you can see the trail. You can kind of like see like the little break in where like the footprints are. Like you can just about see it after he's pointed it out to you.
Oh. How did we miss that?
Details tend to be hidden until we directly look for them. Unfortunately.
You know, Kanar, you could be a poet with that.
Well, thank you. I guess it's just the time that I've lived, but anyways.
Alright, well, if we're heading out towards what seems like the woods, we should be prepared just in case something decides to jump out at us. He never said we were supposed to be anywhere near, so, I mean, we just need to be careful.
Agreed.
Okay.
If anything happens, Kamale, I need
Yes.
you to get those two, okay?
Get the two what?
Get the two at the gate.
Oh. Okay.
Thank you. Alright, so we follow the trail. Do I need a roll for something, or since I already...
Well, due to how long we've been doing this, would you like to wrap up now, or would you like to keep going?
Uh...
I just know due to people's schedules.
It doesn't have to be right now, but sometime soon.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Would right now be best with your story, though?
Yes, because with what's coming
Yes?
up, I don't want to. Do
Ooh.
you know what I mean? I don't want
Okay.
to get to a part that you would want to carry on with and then be like, all right, we cut it there. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
let's just finish it with one last roll. Would you like to roll to track? the
Yes.
footprints? You may.
Track these. You can do it. I believe in you.
I'm gonna do physical dice roll this time.
Okay.
Let us see where this is gonna lead. Aba. I got a 12.
Okay.
And should I what modifier should I add?
It will be.
Would tracking be
It's investigation.
It's so 14.
Yes.
Okay.
Right then. Yes. So, Kelnar, you see the tracks and you are able to see a clear line of where they're going due to how, once again, as I said, how kind of waterlogged the mud is. It is a tiny bit difficult, and you do lose it here and there, but soon enough you are able to you start kind of being able to follow it. And you can preemptively kind of tell that they're heading towards the much larger, more naturally produced wood up ahead.
Okay.
And we shall close it off there for tonight.
And Kamali's like, thank God, the woods again.
My natural habitat.
My natural habitat, the woods, because I'm an animal. Anyways.
Right then. So we shall call that an end. So, once again, my dear adventurers, time stops. The adventure pauses. But we carry on. Please be sure to join us next time, when we return to the Orphan of the FeyWilds, they will track down these thieves in the night and perhaps discover that things aren't what they seem. next time on Orphan of the FeyWild. Goodbye, everyone. Keep adventuring.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Farewell.
Adios.